to the man in charge, the guy who is going to lead the 2018 Braves into battle. He is Brian Snitker, Braves manager, and he joins us on Buck and Kincaid. You look tan, rested, and ready.
I'm ready.
And you've been putting the sunscreen on your head too.
Yes, I just got that.
Does not look in any way like you've gotten any burn on top.
No, I'm trying to keep, stay on top of that this year. You got to keep the ears covered so they don't start flaking and getting sores on your lips and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to stay away from it because we've had a lot of sun, which is
you love it though.
No, it's great.
You're telling us earlier you love this.
No, I hope it's like this the rest of the spring. I like it hot. I like the sun out. You don't miss any work. You keep all the pitchers going. No setbacks would be a good thing.
Well, Skipper, we were so impressed with your first big speech of the year, right? The State of the Union address. You welcomed everybody into camp a couple days ago, and what was the message for the listener out there?
Well, it's we're young. I told the guys. I mean, there was a lot of new faces. A lot went on in the off season. There's a lot of change here, and I don't know if it's change, but we're a lot of additions. We're adding things, I think, in our organization and our team. The analytical side, the youth that is in camp. It's all exciting. It's new stuff. I told our analytical team, I had all the coaches in right before the Chop Fest, and I said, you do have a room full of old dogs you're teaching new tricks here, because it's stuff, it's information that is new to us in the game, and I had no idea really how far behind we were until those guys got here.
Now you talk about that. You've never been leaning on that during your career.
No.
So how do you teach the old dog new tricks, and how hard is it for you to balance out what you've known about baseball for 4+ decades and what people are now trying to tell you is the most important thing to get the most out of your roster?
Well, it's interesting, and it's the biggest thing is, I think, for us guys that are in the infancy stages of this, is we can't be drinking water from a fire hose, because it's way too much to absorb. So you got to take bits and pieces. There's a lot out there. I think presentation is huge for the players, and we've been doing that ever since we got here. We've been meeting with players, talking to them about it. To a man, they're all like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize that." And it's I think the term gets kind of overblown. It's just stuff that's out there that they're seeing for the first time. You're not reinventing the wheel or anything, but you're making them aware of things and tendencies. There is information. Why not use it? I was talking to one of my best friends in baseball the other day. They've been with the Braves longer than me, and we're like, it's all new stuff. It's interesting, and we're crazy if we don't, if we don't embrace it and try and make ourselves better. We're like the players. I'm trying to get better too. I want to learn more. I want to get better. I don't feel like at 62 and 42 years in that I'm a finished product yet. I still got room to grow, and so that's kind of was the message of the players. Getting back to the question. We might be doing some things different. I got some new guys on our staff. We're going to be doing things differently. We're going to have to be more proactive in our teaching, I think, here, because it is a young camp. It's a camp that we were looking at a year ago today when I was sitting there talking to you guys, knowing that a lot of these young guys are going to be in our camp. Now they're here. It's fun. It's exciting. And it's been great so far.
Brian, I'll tell you the thing I'm excited about, encouraged about, is these prospects we've been hearing about for 2 or 3 years. That a lot of them are trying to break in right now. So, what can you tell us about Ronald Acuna and what you're expecting out of him?
Well, I'm not a stranger to him. Haven't seen him play a lot. Brought him over a lot last year. You should tell him, it's like, don't send that kid over if you don't want him to play, because I'm going to play. I've lead him off, hitting him in the top third, putting him in the outfield, because he's a fun kid to watch. I mean, he's got skills. He's a mature player. I'm excited to have him now in camp every day, to get him out there and see what we got, because we're looking at this kid. He's going to be here sooner than later. And again, that's part of the excitement here. We got a whole bunch of pitchers. We got some Alex Jackson, who's a kid I've heard a lot about, like a young catcher that we got from Seattle.
Austin Riley.
And just he came over a couple times. The kid's growing up. I've heard great reports. Really neat kid to get to know. Again, big skill set, and these guys are going to be really quality major leaguers. Probably, and again, sooner than later, because they're all coming, man. They're doing well. They all have confidence in their abilities, which is really cool. So, and we got to see a big group of them: Ozzie, Camargo. you know, Max Fried, Lucas Sims, Newcomb, Gohara, you know, I mean, there's a bunch of kids out there that we got to look at last year also.
You've got a young middle infield that obviously is chock full of potential, but I had a chance to talk to Dansby Swanson earlier today, and he has truly turned the page. But he's trying to learn the lessons from 2017, but also wants to get on to 2018. Doesn't really want to reflect back because he thinks he's in a place where he can launch off from here.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him also, and I've talked to him about that. It's, you know, you use those experiences and what you do every year to get better. Ozzie Albies, young player. I said Ozzie might be with Ken a little bit. He thinks he knows what he's getting into, but until you do that first April to October Major League season, you don't really know. Dansby, you know, he learned last year. And, you know, there's things that happen. Obviously, Ozzie's been playing longer than Dansby. He's younger, but played longer than Dansby. So, you know, it's you use those things. I don't think it's not going to sneak up on him anymore. You know, you grow as a person. You grow in the. You got to have a skin of an alligator to play this game. And, I mean, he's going to get tougher mentally than he was before. He's a confident kid, great makeup, skill set's really good, got a chance of being a really solid Major League player for a long time. So everything he went through last year is going to benefit him this year.
Skipper, how many left-handed starters can you have in the rotation? I know you've got 4 that you'll be taking a close look at.